My wife said I wasn't worthy of her after I funded her business, so I exposed her affair. And completely destroyed her life with one move. Alright, guys, this is going to be a long one. This all started about 2 years ago, but to really understand how bad I screwed up, you got to know the background. I've been reading this sub forever but never thought I'd be posting my own story here. So, I'm Mike, 35, male. Been married to Anna, 34, female, for 12 years. We've got 2 awesome kids, Zoe, 11, female, and Maya, 9, female. We were that typical suburban family living in Virginia, you know the type, nice house, decent jobs, kids doing their activities, nothing crazy. I work in medical device sales. Sounds fancy, but I'm just a glorified salesman. And Anna used to work in marketing before deciding to stay home with the kids. Anna was honestly amazing. We met in college. She was this creative, down-to-earth girl who could make anyone laugh. Had this way of turning ordinary moments into adventures, like she'd pack these elaborate picnic surprises for no reason or start random dance parties in the kitchen while making dinner. Every birthday or anniversary, she'd create these incredible scrapbooks filled with ticket stubs and photos and little notes about our memories together. The kind of stuff that makes you feel like the luckiest guy alive, you know? When the kids came along, she threw herself into being a mom with the same enthusiasm. Made their lunches into little art projects. Turned bedtime stories into full theatrical productions, complete with different voices for each character. We weren't perfect, but we were solid. Had our date nights. Shared inside jokes. Actually enjoyed hanging out together. Here's where my sister Jenny comes in. She's older than me by 2 years and got divorced like 3 years ago. Her ex was a real piece of work, cheated on her with some 23-year-old from his gym. Ever since then, Jenny's gone full women empowerment mode. Like, her whole personality changed. She started posting these crazy long Instagram captions about finding her authentic self and unlocking her feminine power or whatever. I didn't think much of it at first. She was hurting, and if posting quotes from these self-help gurus made her feel better, who was I to judge? But then she started spending more time with Anna. A lot more time. See, Anna was getting kind of restless. The kids were both in school full-time, and I could tell she was bored. She'd always been super creative, used to make these amazing scrapbooks and stuff for the kids, but now she was just scrolling through her phone all day and watching those mind-numbing reality shows. Jenny started coming over like 3 to 4 times a week for these sisters' sessions. Their words, not mine. They'd sit in our kitchen drinking coffee and talking about unleashing their potential. Jenny kept showing Anna these Instagram accounts of women who built empires from their phones. Most of them were selling some kind of crystals or essential oils or whatever. My parents were actually supportive of this whole thing too. Mom was all, "It's so nice the girls are bonding," and Dad just nodded along because, well, that's what he does. Even my in-laws thought it was great that Anna was finding her passion. Nobody saw what was coming. Anna started talking different. Everything became about mindset and abundance. She joined all these Facebook groups about mompreneur lifestyle and would stay up late watching YouTube videos about scaling your business. One night, she came to me all excited about this idea for making special soap, not just regular soap. This was going to be spiritual soap with crystals in it. She had this whole plan about targeting the wellness community, and you know what? I actually thought it was a good idea. I mean, Anna's creative, she's good at marketing, and people are really into that spiritual stuff right now. Plus, I wanted to be supportive. My dad always taught me that a good husband supports his wife's dreams. So I jumped in 100%. I spent a couple weeks helping her get started. Used my sales experience to help set up her website. Got her supplies and hired a tech guy to set up inventory tracking and payment systems. Cost us about $3,000 to get everything going, but I figured it was worth it to see her excited about something. Jenny was over all the time now, helping Anna with social media stuff. They do these photo shoots with the soap, arranging crystals and flowers around it, using these special lights I bought. Anna started calling herself a craftpreneur. Typing that made me cringe, but whatever. The first few months were actually pretty great. Anna was happy. The house was always clean because she wanted good backgrounds for her soap photos. And she was still super involved with the kids. She'd even let them help with product development, basically letting them pick scents and colors for new soaps. It was cute. Our friends were supportive too. They all bought soap. Anna would go to local craft fairs and actually sell quite a bit. She was making these cute gift boxes with different soaps and crystals, and people loved them. The local yoga studio even started carrying her stuff. Actually, I was so proud of her. I kept telling everyone how amazing she was doing, how she built this business from scratch. Jenny was going around telling everyone she was Anna's business mentor. She wasn't. She just showed her how to use Instagram filters. Even my mom bought like 20 soap sets to give to her friends at church, but hindsight's 2020, right? This was just the calm before the storm. For about 6 months, the business was actually doing really well. Anna was making like $5,000 to $6,000 a month selling her spiritual soap stuff. Not going to lie, I was pretty impressed, but that's when things started getting weird. It started small. Anna got invited to this Women in Business conference in Richmond. Cost like $800 for a weekend ticket, but she was excited, and the business could afford it, so why not? Jenny obviously went with her because God forbid Anna do anything without her business mentor. They came back different. Like they joined some kind of weird business cult or something. Suddenly everything was about scaling and building your empire. Anna started buying all these online courses about maximizing your feminine business energy, whatever the fuck that means. She had Jenny over even more, and they'd spend hours planning her ascension to CEO status of a soap company that operated out of our garage. Then came the changes to our routine. Anna used to make dinner every night. She was actually a great cook. But now she was too busy manifesting abundance to do mundane tasks. Direct quote. I started having to pick up takeout on my way home from work because apparently cooking would diminish her CEO energy. The kids started noticing too. Zoe had this big basketball tournament, and Anna missed it because she was doing some online masterclass about Instagram Reels. Maya's teacher called because she hadn't been doing her homework. Turns out Anna was too busy with her business strategy sessions to check it anymore. Our garage turned into this insane soap factory. Like, we couldn't even park the cars in there anymore because it was full of these drying racks and boxes of supplies. The house always smelled like essential oils and sage because apparently you have to sage your soap inventory for good business energy or some crap. I tried talking to her about it. Like, hey, maybe we should find a balance here. She looked at me like I just told her the earth was flat. Mike, you don't understand. This isn't just a business. It's a movement. We're helping women unlock their spiritual potential through mindful cleansing. I wish I was making this up. Jenny wasn't helping at all. She'd be there practically every day, encouraging this nonsense. Anna, you're such a visionary. You're going to be the next Gwyneth Paltrow. Because that's what the world needs, another overpriced wellness brand. The spending got crazy too. Anna started buying all this expensive office furniture for her CEO space, aka the spare room. Like, she spent $1,200 on this fancy chair because abundant CEOs need abundant seating. She hired a business coach to help her step into her power. Started going to all these networking events and seminars. Our joint account was getting drained for all this business stuff. When I brought it up, she got super defensive. I'm investing in our future. You should be grateful I'm bringing in money. Most men would love to have a wife who's building an empire. The worst part? Our friends and family were still encouraging her. My mom kept sharing her business posts on Facebook. My dad told me I should be proud of having such an entrepreneurial wife. Even my friends were like, dude, she's killing it. You should be happy, but they didn't see what was happening at home. The kids were eating cereal for dinner because mom was too busy doing Instagram lives about mindful soap creation. The house was a mess unless she was filming content. She started missing parent-teacher conferences because they conflict with her mastermind sessions. One night, I found Zoe crying in her room. She'd gotten an A on her science project and wanted to show Anna, but Anna was too busy filming soap-making tutorials to look at it. That hit me hard. Like, what the hell happened to my wife who used to be so excited about every little thing the kids did? I tried everything to get her interested in literally anything else. Booked us this weekend getaway at that resort she always talked about. She canceled last minute because of some emergency business strategy session. Got her into this fancy cooking class she used to love before all this started. She left halfway through because she needed to align her business energy or whatever. Even tried getting her back into doing stuff with the kids like she used to. Remember those amazing scrapbooks she made for their birthdays? But nope, apparently that was limiting her entrepreneurial potential. Who even talks like that? When I brought up how much the kids miss spending time with her, she just gave me this condescending look and said, men often try to dim a woman's light when she starts to shine too bright. Like, yeah, that's it. I'm intimidated by your magic soap business that's taking over our garage and ruining our family. Really starting to hate all this spiritual business talk. So at that point, she was making decent money but spending it all on these weird business courses and mindset coaching. That's when Brad showed up. This dude, man, where do I even start? She met him at some entrepreneur conference in DC. Came home talking about this amazing business coach who had revolutionized the spiritual product industry or whatever. According to his Instagram, which I later checked out, he was some kind of business guru who helped heart-centered entrepreneurs scale their divine businesses. I'm not even joking. That's exactly what his bio said. Brad was like every stereotypical business coach you can imagine. Always wearing these tight blue suits. Had that perfect white smile. Posted constant photos of himself working in exotic locations. Total douche vibes. But Anna? Oh man, she was completely starstruck. The first red flag was the price of his coaching program. He wanted $15,000 for 6 months of coaching. $15,000 to teach someone how to sell soap. I nearly fell off my chair when Anna told me. But she had already paid the deposit using business funds before even talking to me about it. It's an investment in our future, Mike. Brad has helped other spiritual entrepreneurs scale to 7 figures. That was her justification. She kept showing me these testimonials from his other clients, all saying how he helped them manifest abundance and crap like that. The coaching started with these weekly Zoom calls that had to be in the evening because apparently soap business strategy can only be discussed after 8 p.m. Anna would get all dressed up for these video calls, like she was going to a fancy dinner. Full makeup, nice outfits, the works. For a Zoom call about soap. Then came the intensive strategy sessions that had to be in person. These meetings were always at some fancy hotel lobby or upscale coffee shop, never at like an actual office or something normal. And they always seemed to run late into the evening. Jenny, who was still hanging around all the time, thought Brad was the best thing since sliced bread. OMG Anna conductor, he's such a visionary, and he totally gets the divine feminine energy of your brand. She'd help Anna get ready for these coaching sessions like she was preparing her for prom or something. The kids started asking questions I couldn't really answer. Why does mom dress up to talk about soap? How come she can go to business meetings but not my dance recital? Maya's teacher emailed me again because Anna missed another parent-teacher conference. Apparently she had an emergency strategy session with Brad. The breaking point for me was when Zoe got sick at school. She had a fever and needed to be picked up. I was in the middle of a huge project at work and couldn't leave. Called Anna, straight to voicemail. Texted her, no response. Finally got hold of Jenny, who told me Anna was in a session with Brad and couldn't be disturbed. I had to make up some excuse at work and go get my kid because my wife was too busy manifesting with her business coach to take care of our sick daughter. When I finally got hold of Anna that night, she acted like I was being unreasonable for being upset. Mike, Brad says a true CEO has to make hard choices sometimes. You're just not thinking abundantly enough. Around this time, the business actually started making less money. Anna was so focused on scaling and building her empire that she was neglecting the actual soap making. Orders were going out late. Customers were complaining about quality. But she didn't care because she was too busy planning her ascension to 7 figures. I started documenting everything. The missed school events, the late night coaching sessions, the money being spent on Brad's program. Something felt really off about the whole situation. I also started paying more attention to Anna's schedule. Those coaching sessions were getting more frequent and always at weird times. She'd come home late smelling like expensive cologne, not the essential oils she usually reeked of. I'm not proud of this part, but I started checking our credit card statements more carefully. Found charges from hotels near where these business meetings were happening. Not exactly the kind of places you discuss soap marketing, if you know what I mean, but I didn't have solid proof yet. Part of me didn't want to believe it, like maybe there was some explanation that wouldn't destroy our family. Then one Tuesday afternoon, I got this text from Zoe that changed everything. Dad, Mom's with that business coach at the mall. They're kissing. Maya won't stop crying. Please come get us. That text from Zoe shattered my whole world. My daughters, 11 and 9 years old, had to watch their mom make out with another man in the middle of a public Starbucks. They were supposed to be having a fun day at the mall with their friend's mom. Instead, they got to see their mother destroy our family right in front of them. I rescheduled my afternoon hospital appointments and went to get them. The whole drive there, Maya kept asking, why was mommy kissing that man? How do you even answer that? Zoe was just quiet, which was almost worse. The drive home felt like it lasted forever. All I kept thinking about was how I'd practically gift-trapped this nightmare. $3,000 to start her business, the fancy lighting setup for her soap photos, the inventory tracking system. I'd been so proud of supporting her dreams, of being that understanding husband who helped his wife find her passion. What a joke. I'd basically paid for front row seats to watch my marriage implode. Every encouraging word, every time I told her, you can do this, honey, every dollar I'd invested, I might as well have been building the stage where she'd eventually perform her betrayal. The steering wheel creaked under my grip as I fought the urge to punch something. Some supportive husband I turned out to be. So busy patting myself on the back for helping her start a business that I didn't notice she was starting something else entirely with Brad. Sent the girls to their rooms when we got home. They didn't need to see what was coming next. They'd seen enough of their father's failures for one day. Then I waited. Paced around our kitchen like a caged animal, staring at that damn text from Zoe over and over. 11 words that just nuked our entire family. Anna practically danced through the door around 7, looking like she just won the lottery. Her cheeks were flushed, hair slightly messy. Now I knew why. Wearing this new outfit I'd never seen before. She's rambling on about her amazing breakthrough day and how Brad helped her unlock her next level of abundance. Didn't even notice the kids weren't around. Not a single "where are the girls?" Just kept going on about her fantastic day of business development. I didn't say a word. Just stood there, arms shaking with rage as I held up my phone with Zoe's text. Watched her face do this whole performance. First this confused puppy look, head tilted like she's trying to decode hieroglyphics, then this flash of panic when reality hit her. "Oh, Mike," she laughed, actually laughed. The girls probably just misunderstood what they saw. You know how kids can be, always making up stories. I kept staring, my jaw clenched so tight I thought my teeth might shatter. "Honey, you don't understand," she tried again, switching to her spiritual guru voice. "Brad and I were just doing an intensive energy alignment session." "Energy alignment?" I exploded, my voice bouncing off the kitchen walls. "Is that what you call making out with your business coach at Starbucks in front of our daughters?" She had the audacity to roll her eyes at me. Actually rolled her eyes like I was some backwards caveman who just didn't get it. "God, Mike, you're so traditional. This is a modern business relationship. Brad and I have a deep spiritual connection. I'm actually setting a powerful example for our girls about female empowerment and following your truth." Something in me snapped. Slammed my hand on the counter so hard everything rattled. My phone bounced and skittered across the granite. Pretty sure I heard something crack, either the phone screen or my last nerve. She started fixing her hair like we were discussing the weather. "You're obviously the problem here, Mike. You've always held me back from reaching my full potential. You just don't understand the depth of what Brad and I are building. I've never wanted to flip a table more in my life. 12 years of marriage, and my wife was standing in our kitchen, preening in the microwave reflection, justifying cheating on me as some kind of feminist business strategy, all while our daughters were upstairs, their worlds shattered because mommy was too busy manifesting her truth to remember she had a family." "You're right," I said, my voice deadly calm. "I don't understand. I don't understand how you could do this to our kids. I don't understand how you could throw away our family for some con artist in a blue suit. And I really don't understand how you can stand there fixing your hair when your daughters are upstairs crying." She just kept primping, muttering about my negative energy and how I was blocking her abundance. That's when I knew the woman I married was gone, replaced by whatever this spiritual soap CEO monster was. I called Jenny right after. Guess what? She knew. Had known for weeks. My own sister had been covering for Anna, telling me she was at business development workshops when she was really meeting Brad at hotels. Jenny's response? "Anna's just living her truth and expanding her feminine energy." What the actual hell? After that fight with Anna, I drove around for hours. Couldn't go home. Couldn't face the kids. Couldn't process how my whole family was falling apart. When I finally got back, my parents' car was in the driveway. Great. Walking in, I found the typical drama set up. Anna at the kitchen table crying her fake tears, my mom hugging her like she's some wounded angel, Dad standing uselessly in the corner, and Jenny, oh Jenny, pacing around like some cut-rate lawyer about to deliver her closing argument. "How dare you?" Jenny launched at me the second I walked in. She actually pushed me, both hands right in the chest. "You egotistical, controlling piece of crap. Anna's building an empire, and you're trying to tear her down because you can't handle a strong woman." I caught her wrist before she could shove me again. "Don't touch me, Jenny. Not after what your friend did to my kids today." "Let go of your sister," Mom yelled, still hugging Anna. "Your precious Anna was making out with her business coach at the mall in front of my daughters, in front of your nieces." "Jenny, want to defend that?" Jenny yanked her hands away. "That's a business relationship. You wouldn't understand the deep connection entrepreneurs develop just because your marriage is so primitive and traditional." "Primitive?" I was done. So done. "You want to talk primitive? Let's talk about how you've been covering for her, making excuses when she misses the kids' events, lying about where she is. Tell me, Jenny, how many hotel rooms have you booked for their business meetings?" Anna's head snapped up. Jenny went white. "Bingo, yeah, I know about that too. You think I don't see the receipts? The room charges? The business dinners? What kind of aunt helps destroy her niece's family? You're twisting everything." Jenny was screaming now. "Just like David did to me. Don't you dare compare me to your ex. David cheated on you, or did you forget that part? Now you're helping Anna do the same thing to me. What happened to cheaters are scum, Jenny? Or does that only apply when it's happening to you?" Mom jumped in. "Don't talk to your sister like that." "No, let him talk." Jenny stepped right up to my face. "Let him show everyone exactly why Anna needed to find support elsewhere. You're pathetic, you know that? Afraid of your wife's success. Can't support her dreams. Can't ignore her screwing her business coach? Can't pretend it's normal when my kids have to see their mom with another man? Tell me, Jenny, what exactly should I be handling better? That's when we heard the crying upstairs. Maya. Jenny tried to push past me to the stairs, probably to play the caring aunt. I grabbed her arm. Don't you dare go near my kids. You lost that right when you helped their mother cheat on their father. They need their mother. Jenny yanked away from me. Zoe's voice from the top of the stairs stopped everyone cold. Our mother doesn't care about us anymore. She cares about Brad. And Aunt Jenny helps her. We're not stupid. The look on Jenny's face, like someone had slapped her. Good. Hope it hurt. The rest of that night was a blur of more screaming, more accusations, more of Jenny's feminist buzzwords thrown around like confetti. But that moment, seeing Jenny realize the kids knew about her part in all this, almost worth it. A week passed. Anna was still at my parents', playing the victim. Then apparently she went to Jenny's place because Jenny was over every day trying to get the kids to visit their mom. They refused. That's when things got ugly. Instead of rushing to a lawyer, I played it smart. I moved money faster than Anna could say manifest abundance. Got a new account set up and started treating our family finances like the business she always wanted to run. Funny how she wasn't so excited about abundant entrepreneur energy when it meant actually paying for stuff. The look on my parents' faces when they tried calling me cruel for cutting off their precious spiritual entrepreneur? Pure gold. Mom was all, how could you do this to the mother of your children? Until I dropped all evidence folders on their kitchen table. Hotel receipts, coaching session payments, time-stamped photos, the whole 9 yards. My dad, who usually has the emotional range of a garden gnome, actually muttered, well, damn, when he saw the credit card statements. Coming from him, that's basically like a 3-hour monologue. Meanwhile, Soap Empire was crumbling faster than her crystal-infused bars in hot water. Remember all those manifestation posts about scaling to 7 figures? Yeah, turns out manifesting doesn't pay the bills. Who knew? Orders were piling up unfulfilled. Customers were demanding refunds. And her spiritual business community was starting to see through the rose quartz tinted glasses. Here's where I got creative. And by creative, I mean absolutely truthful. Started leaving honest reviews about her products online. No rage, no drama, just straight facts. Order number 127 never arrived. Multiple emails ignored. Requested refund. Or product quality inconsistent. Crystals fell out of soap after 1 use. Not as advertised. Simple, right? Turns out I wasn't the only one holding back. Once one person spoke up, the floodgates opened. It was like watching dominoes fall. If the dominoes were overpriced soap bars, those fancy yoga studios that used to stock her products? Gone. The Instagram influencers she paid to promote her sacred cleansing journey or whatever? Ghosted faster than a Tinder date who finds out you're not actually a Bitcoin millionaire. Her wholesale accounts dried up quicker than her soap in a steam room. Then Brad, our favorite tight suit wearing guru, straight up vanished when the coaching fees stopped rolling in. Who would have thought a guy charging $15,000 to teach people how to sell soap wasn't actually interested in their spiritual journey? The moment Anna couldn't make the payments, he was gone. No more late night strategy sessions. No more emergency business meetings. No more nothing. The best part in all that is I didn't have to do anything except sit back and watch. No screaming, no fighting, just the sweet sound of reality finally catching up with delusion. Jenny tried to do damage control, bless her heart. She was posting these long-winded Instagram captions about weathering storms and rising from adversity faster than Anna could burn sage. But here's the thing about reality, it doesn't care about your hashtags. Anna couldn't even keep her phone on anymore. Remember how she used to be glued to it, always connecting with her audience and building her community? Now she couldn't even afford the bill. Jenny wasn't doing much better. Turns out covering for your friend's affair and enabling her business fantasies doesn't actually pay the bills. Who knew? The landlord finally kicked them both out when the rent checks bounced harder than their abundance mindset off actual business reality. Want to know the definition of karma? Watching two boss babes realize their manifestation journals won't actually manifest rent money. With nowhere else to go, I heard that Anna, our spiritual soap queen, shows up at her parents' doorstep with all her CEO energy deflated like a week-old balloon. Her parents, who had been her biggest cheerleaders in this whole mess, had finally seen enough receipts and evidence to realize their daughter wasn't exactly living her authentic truth, unless that truth involved hotel rooms with Brad. They actually turned her away. And let me tell you, watching my former in-laws choose reality over their daughter's BS was like watching pigs fly while riding unicorns. But here's where it gets really good. Jenny, the original feminine power guru who started this whole mess, well, she went crawling back to her ex. Yeah, that ex. The same guy she spent 3 years calling every name in the book on Instagram. The dude she claimed was dimming her light and suppressing her feminine energy. Suddenly he was her stable foundation and proof that love conquers all. The mental gymnastics Jenny pulled to justify this move would have won her Olympic gold. Her Instagram went from men are trash to sometimes the universe brings people back together for a reason faster than you can say hypocrite. She even had the audacity to post a 12-part series about forgiveness and growth while conveniently forgetting all those posts about how her ex was basically Satan in business casual. Meanwhile, Anna ended up in this tiny one-bedroom apartment that looked like a soap warehouse had a baby with a crystal shop. Boxes of unsold inventory everywhere. We're talking floor-to-ceiling stacks of spiritual soap that nobody wanted. Those same products she swore would make her millions were now basically really expensive air fresheners. The irony of her being surrounded by cleaning products while her life was this messy? Chef's kiss. After a month, I found out that these two brilliant minds decided their next move should be starting a spiritual coaching business, because apparently the best time to start coaching others is right after you've spectacularly failed at everything yourself. Shockingly, nobody was buying what they were selling anymore. Turns out when people watch you crash and burn your soap empire, they're not super keen on paying you for life advice. Their social media engagement dropped faster than their credibility, which was already somewhere in the Earth's core at this point. While all this was going down, I was focused on one thing: getting legally untangled from this mess and focusing on my kids. Got myself the kind of lawyer who eats entrepreneur's energy for breakfast. The evidence pile I handed him was thicker than Anna's manifestation journal. Every bank statement. Every delusional business expense. All meticulously documented. You should have seen Anna trying to play the victim in court. She pulled out every stop, tears on command, stories about sacrificing her successful marketing career for our family, conveniently forgetting she left the job to sell magical soap. Claims about how she deserved spousal support because she was finding herself. My lawyer shut that down faster than Brad shut down her calls when the money ran out. Then came the custody battle, or should I say attempted custody battle. Anna tried pushing for joint custody, probably thinking she could secure some child support to fund her next spiritual venture. But here's the thing about kids, they see right through BS. Zoe and Maya, bless their hearts, stood up in court and basically said, thanks but no thanks to living with mom full time. Watching their faces as they told the truth about all the missed events, the neglect, the Brad situation, that was harder than watching the soap empire crumble. The judge's verdict was sweeter than validation from your Reddit community. I got primary custody. Anna got supervised visitation. Turns out courts aren't super impressed by parents who choose business coaching sessions over sick kids. And the financial settlement? Let's just say Anna's abundance didn't translate to actual assets. The moment those papers were signed, I swear I lost 150 pounds of dead weight instantly. Funny how letting go of a soap entrepreneur can do that to you. It's been about a month since the divorce was finalized. I'd settled into a pretty good routine with the kids. Zoe joined the school basketball team. Turns out when your mom actually shows up to games, you feel like playing more. And Maya's grades were back up since someone was actually checking her homework again. The house smelled like normal house stuff instead of whatever the hell divine prosperity sage and lavender was supposed to be. Then one random Tuesday night around 9 p.m., there's this knock at my door. Not like a normal knock, more like that sad, pathetic kind of knock that screams, I've hit rock bottom and kept digging. I open up, and there's Anna, looking like she just lost a fight with a Sephora store and a self-help bookshelf. Her woman power suit was replaced with yoga pants that had definitely seen better days, and her abundant entrepreneur makeup was looking more raccoon after an all-nighter. The transformation from spiritual business goddess to reality hit me like a truck. Was almost artistic. Mike, she sniffled, trying to make her voice do that thing that used to work on me. I don't want to be an entrepreneur anymore. I burst out laughing. Like, congratulations on finally catching up to what literally everyone else knew months ago. But I just stood there, wondering if Mercury was in Gatorade or whatever she used to blame things on. Oh, I couldn't resist. So running an empire isn't your life's purpose anymore? What happened to the strong independent woman vibe? She tried to force this sad little smile like we were sharing some inside joke about the whole thing. But here's the thing, it's only funny when both people are laughing. And I definitely wasn't laughing. I messed up, she admitted, her voice cracking like her business model. I got caught up in it all, and I held up my hand, the same hand that used to help her package soap, that used to wipe our kids' tears when they couldn't understand why mommy missed another school event. Save it. You didn't just mess up. You burned everything down. And you didn't just hurt me, you hurt our kids. Her face did this thing where it kind of crumbled like one of her handmade soap bars left in the rain. I don't know what to do anymore. I got flashbacks of all those nights I sat up with Maya while she cried because her mom was too busy aligning her business chakras to read her a bedtime story. All those times Zoe's face fell when Anna's seat was empty at her games because she had another emergency strategy session with Brad. You figure it out, I said, stepping back. That's what CEOs do, right? And I shut the door. Through the grapevine, aka my mom, who still talks to everyone, I heard Jenny's still with her ex, probably writing LinkedIn posts about coming full circle and divine timing or whatever. My parents and I are kind of okay now. We do Sunday dinners, but there's this unspoken thing where we all pretend the last year didn't happen. Some trust just doesn't grow back, you know? Me? I'm doing pretty good. Started dating a bit, nothing serious, just coffee meets with normal women who don't think crystals can fix everything. Zoe and Maya are thriving. Turns out kids do better when their parent actually parents. Who knew? The garage is finally clear of all that soap inventory. Donated most of it to a homeless shelter. But I kept one bar. It sits on my desk at work, this weird purple thing with a crystal stuck in it. Whenever I have a rough day, I look at it and think, well, at least I'm not trying to build a spiritual soap empire. Sometimes the best revenge isn't revenge at all. It's just living well and keeping one ridiculous soap bar as a reminder that reality always wins in the end, even against the strongest abundant CEO energy.